I find InductEx for Windows on the InductEx website at www.inductex.info. So I have to log in. Then go to the download page and download InductEx from the InductEx tab. Here I pick the Windows installer. I'm happy to run it. I have to accept the terms of the license agreement. The installer will already create a path to the binaries. I can also view the readme.txt file. I run InductEx from the command prompt or the terminal, and here I can change directory to InductEx. I've already made a demo directory. InductEx is accessible because the binary directory is on the path, but it needs a license file. It creates an ix_sysid.txt file, which I can send to the InductEx team. Here it is. The InductEx team sends me back a license, which I place in InductEx /licenses. Now InductEx is licensed and we can go ahead. I'll run example d01.gds, the layout file, and specify a layer definition file or a process file, d01.ldf. In this case, I use the FFH engine with -fh, and the result is done. I can make sure that the geometry was processed correctly by calling inp to dxf and converting the inp file to a dxf representation. I can view the dxf file with dxf sharp viewer under Windows. And here I see a microstrip line over a ground plane. Now, to run TetraHenry, I need Gmesh as the mesher, which we install directly from the Gmesh website at gmesh.info. Here I only need the Windows executable. I can open the zip file, and although I can install Gmesh, it's sufficient to copy the executable file to the InductEx binary directory and paste it there. Now if I run InductEx and specify with -th the TetraHenry engine, InductEx will create a mesh with Gmesh called TetraHenry and give me a result. Job done. I can look at the mesh file with Gmesh itself and see that the microstrip line was correctly created above a ground plane. In this case, we use tetras and not cuboids. To install on Mac, I start on the InductEx website and download the zipped Mac archive. I can open the archive and look at the files inside. The binaries are in the bin directory and the documentation is under doc. I can unpack this to a directory. I did it in the background and placed it in the InductEx directory. There it is. I can navigate to InductEx and look at the directories. The next step is to place the binaries somewhere where they can be found. I will copy all the binary files to opt local bin. Now I need to place opt local bin on the path, I start by opening text editor and typing opt local bin into a file that I can save as ixpath. I choose a descriptive name. Once this file is saved, I can see it in my home directory. There it is, ixpath. And I copy this file to etc paths.d. I can list paths.d to see if the file is there. And now, next time I start up the terminal, the InductEx binaries will be on the path. I have already obtained the license for this computer, and it is placed in user local share InductEx licenses. I start terminal again, echo the path, and see that the InductEx binaries are now accessible. I can see opt local bin. Now it's time to execute InductEx. I've already created a demonstration directory with some examples. I can go to example D01 and run it with InductEx. I call InductEx with d01.gds and the layer definition file d01.ldf. I use the FFH engine first and see the result. Next, I can try the TTH or tetrahenry engine. On this Mac, I've already installed Gmesh and I can run the tetrahenry example directly. Finally, we can install on Linux. Once again, I log onto the InductEx website and download the Linux distribution. In this case, I extract the binary files to a new directory that I will create right now. I create a folder InductEx and extract the files there. To make the files available, I will copy them to user local bin. I've already obtained the license file for this computer, which is placed under user local share InductEx licenses. There it is. For example, I will run x_f_01 from the InductEx website. The layer definition file is process.ldf. There's the result. Finally, I've already installed Gmesh on this computer, and I can therefore run InductEx with tetrahenry. And that's how you get InductEx running.